Have you ever seen something so dumb that you have no idea how it's real? This is how I feel about the entirety of the vibe coding trend. Now, for anyone fortunate enough to never come across this term before, don't worry, you're no longer fortunate enough. Basically, the idea is you don't write code. You rely on these AI LLM tools, prompting them to write the code for you. Now, this can work relatively okay for small-scale projects like a small Python script, a small game, a small website. Okay, not great, but fine. But the second something goes wrong, you want to do some refactoring, you want to do some bug fixing, you have to explain to the AI what you want to change about the code. You're up shit creek without a paddle. And when the project gets a little bit too big for the AI to be able to handle and understand the entire context, well, good luck. It has no idea what's going on anymore. And we are seeing people and companies think they can replace engineering talent, developing engineering knowledge entirely or mostly with an LLM. Now, maybe one day that is the case. I'm not going to say it's not, but today, not that day. Now, in case you're curious why it's called vibe coding, it's basically because you're a moron, and instead of trying to understand the code and be an engineer, you go off of vibes. If it seems fine, it's probably fine. And continuing the trend of, I have no idea how this is real, and I'm honestly not certain that it is, but it links to things that are real. Vibe Code Careers, the #1 job board for vibe coders. Find exclusive vibe coding jobs, prompt engineering positions, and AI collaboration opportunities. If you've been on social media, been on Reddit, other places like that, you've probably seen these listings for vibe coding jobs floating around. Well, all of that gold is listed here. For the vibe coders of the world, this is where you belong. Now, I'm not a vibe coder, so instead, I'm here to show you just how absolutely wild some of these listings are. Now, some of these are on Upwork, others are from companies that claim to need these positions filled. And from what I can tell, these seem to be real positions. Now, whether you're going to get hired for them and whether they're actually looking for a position, well, that's up for debate. But at least the listings are real. Let's start off simple. It's listed on Y Combinator, so you already know it's going to be great. Automating debt collection calls for banks, vibe coder, AI engineer, 80k to 120k a year. Domu is an enterprise voice AI startup crushing it in the financial services industry. Now, 50% of our code is written by AI, so we are a small engineering team. I guess 50% of your team is engineering, but sure. Putting in 12 to 15-hour days. The engineering team has traveled to 10 plus cities in the past half year for product launches. This is an AI sweatshop. Now, what will you be doing? We ship new features for our product daily. 50% of our code is written by AI. We ship new features for our product daily. Oh, I'm sure we're not going to find any crazy vulnerabilities here. No, everything's good. And the requirements are just as fun. At least 50% of the code you write right now should be done by AI. Vibe coding experience is non-negotiable. If you want me to work 50% of the time for 80 to 120k a year, hey, look, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. If you want to scam yourself, I'm more than happy to oblige. 3+ years of experience. I assume that's in coding, because who in the world has 3+ years of experience in vibe coding? These AI tools haven't been good enough to do coding work for 3 years by this point. Maybe if you were there from the very start when they were completely useless, but like, of what we expect today, absolutely not. And down to do whatever it takes, including direct client interactions. I don't like the sound of do whatever it takes. Yeah. Also, this is very good. Ready to grind long hours, including weekends, to hit our ambitious goals. Once again, 12 to 15 hour days. Maybe I don't want to... Maybe I don't want to be at this company even for that much money. Now, some of the listings are just something else. Senior software engineer could become startup CTO. That is Chief Technology Officer. This is a remote position in Vietnam. Most of this here is just normal full-stack developer slop that you would expect to see in pretty much every sort of job listing. Let's go to the requirements. Proven proficiency with React.js, Nest.js, and Remix, strong TypeScript expertise, and deep understanding of software development fundamentals, minimum of 4 years of professional software engineering experience, and enthusiasm or interest in Cursor for vibe coding and automating development workflows. See, this is a lot more reasonable of a listing, right? This is someone who is trying to fill a position with an engineer, but also they're willing to let their engineers make use of these AI tools. Here's the benefits. $400 a month salary plus equity. Now, this is in Vietnam, so before you freak out saying, oh my god, $400 a month, that's awful. It is awful, but not for the reason you think. For an unskilled worker, just, someone doing manual labor, things like that, the average monthly salary is about $200 to $400 a month. For a senior software engineer, which is what this position calls itself, about $1,800 a month. But, hey, you get that equity, which basically means you're going to get paid nothing, and hopefully the company becomes valuable, because otherwise all of this equity you get is literally worthless. But hey, you could become the CTO for $400 a month plus equity. Or you could start your own business and be guaranteed a CTO position because it's your business, and you just make yourself the CTO. But hey, you can be the CTO. Now what you're here for are the real stupid ones. So, here's one that linked to Upwork. Vibe coding rockstar. Claude, Cursor, no-code AI, build SaaS tools weekly. If you have ever wondered why there are so many slop applications on the Play Store, on the Apple App Store, things like this are exactly why. We are seeking a skilled developer to build SaaS apps using vibe coding, programming with AI tools like Claude, Cursor, or other no-code platforms. Vibe coding lets you describe apps in plain language, and the AI generates the code, making development fast and efficient. With Cursor, an AI-powered editor built on VS Code, you can prompt it, e.g., build a sleep meditation app, and it creates a full project, UI, logic, and all using features like Composer for natural language input and Agent Mode for autonomous tasks. Our company is a multi-million-dollar agency in the information product space, now focused on SaaS. Our research team identifies trending niches like ADHD tools, anxiety apps, sleep aids, and hypnosis solutions. Your job is to turn these into working apps using AI tools. We'll handle marketing, ads, landing pages, and hosting, while you focus on building. You'll be paid per project, targeting one app per week. Of course, with an equity option if you'd like to co-found. Again, If you've ever wondered why these spaces are filled with so much slop, listings like this are why. Now, this is being sped up with AI tools, and it's gonna get even worse, but it didn't start with AI tools. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, how much am I getting paid for building these apps? Well, $600, but you have an option to get equity for your app that might get like 5 downloads. Yeah, so hey, if you want to make completely useless apps for people who are struggling with mental illness and want some sort of app to manage it and get through life easier, this is the job for you. But hey, maybe slop apps are not what you're looking for. What if you want to make a slop website, looking for design and technical vibe coder to use Replit? But hey, maybe you don't want to go 100% AI. Maybe only 80%. Looking for design and technical vibe coder to use Replit. I'm looking for a vibe coder, someone who blends great design sense with coding skills to build stylish, creative apps and products. If you're looking for someone with coding skills, you're not looking for a vibe coder. Moving on. You'll collaborate with me through a Replit account on various projects, some personal, some for clients. Design taste is super important here, maybe even more than traditional coding ability. So are you looking for a designer or a programmer? These are two very different positions. Ideally, you're someone who leans 80+% into AI-driven vibe coding, but still knows how to read, write, and debug code when needed. You should understand databases, APIs, docs, and stay current with the latest AI tools, always eager to use AI to level up your projects. That's one way to put it. And how much would someone make in this wonderful position? Well, it's a 1-month contract for $5 to $15 an hour. This must be why it says must have great English. They're trying to find someone who is in a country where, you know, $5 an hour actually is a good rate. Over on LinkedIn, software engineering intern, vibe coding intern. Now look, for a whopping $18 to $22 a year, I would expect so much more. Obviously, that's probably a mistake. I hope that's a mistake. But it didn't help. And once again, we have more slop applications. We're building a consumer app designed to empower Gen Z to achieve their financial goals through the power of their social circle. Whatever any of that means. At the core of our development process, we embrace the future of vibe coding, where AI superpowers accelerate software creation, allowing us to focus on solving real-world problems and delivering impactful products. Join us to work on exciting projects, learn from experienced mentors, and help shape the future of social fintech. As a vibe coding intern, which is an absolutely ludicrous title, you will collaborate with our team to rapidly build and ship features using AI-powered coding abilities like Cursor, ChatGPT, and Windsurf. Use AI abilities to generate, refactor, and debug, ensuring quality and performance. Oh god. I can't even imagine stepping into someone else's code base and trying to debug it with an AI tool. And learn and apply the best practices for debugging and evaluating AI-generated code. Is the way you do so by learning to be an engineer? Is that what the internship is? Is this basically just like, we hired a vibe coder before, now you're going to be an intern to fix all of their work? Sadly, that's not what it is, but it's probably what it should be. So why should you join them? Well, you will get mentorship, collaborate with experienced engineers and product thinkers who will guide you through nuances of AI-driven development. Do you know what will also do that? Going on Twitter and going on YouTube. That's another way to do so. But look, don't you want to make an impact? Don't you want to make a slop application that is gonna be a buggy mess that nobody wants to use? Now here we have one of my favorites. Vibe coding coach / tutor for landing pages and MVP apps. Someone is looking to learn how to vibe code. I am seeking an experienced vibe coding coach or tutor to collaborate on developing landing pages and MVP applications quickly and efficiently. The ideal candidate should possess strong coaching skills and technical expertise in vibe coding. This role involves guiding me through the process, providing insights, and ensuring we turn ideas into functional products rapidly. If you're passionate about vibe coding and have a proven track record of helping others succeed, I'd love to work with you. So, if you're looking to fleece someone of their money, I'm not telling you that you should. But now let's go to the last one I want to show you. Looking for master at vibe coding with Cursor Agent. This requires the tremendous skills of knowing how to push and pull to GitHub. How to set up a server with either Supabase, Vercel, or Replit. Fully submit an app to the App Store and can jump into someone else's code and figure out how to take it from there. Preferably someone who struggles with coming up with ideas for apps, but obsesses over figuring out how to build and launch with AI. And here is a skill testing question to make sure you're real and pay attention to detail. What is the color of the frog at this link? Blue or yellow? I wonder. It's not like these LLMs are really good at image detection, and this is not at all a way to validate that you're talking to an actual person. No, that couldn't be the case. This is by no means all of the jobs listed on this site, but it does give a good indication of just the kinds of vibe coding jobs out there. This is only going to get more ridiculous. As these tools get better, expect to see just really stupid things being done. And I'm all for it because it's just content and we'll come back to it sometime in the future. So if you like the video, go like the video. If you really like the video, maybe if you have a vibe coding job and you want to tell me about it, let me know down below. If you really like the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, check out the Patreon, subscribe to the Libero Pay, linked in the description down below. That's going to be it for me, and I don't like your vibes. Something like this.